Is the scary getting out of your comfort zone really necessary? No. Is that what you wanted to hear? Well, the real answer is no. I mean, you definitely won't die if you don't, but you also won't change, you won't grow, you won't transform. On a personal and professional level, the benefits of getting out of your comfort zone far outweigh the negative. Let's get the negatives out of the way first. All right, so what are the negatives of getting out of your comfort zone? I mean, I really can't think of so many, but let's go over a couple of them. So the first one I would say is embarrassment. We've all been embarrassed before. You may end up embarrassed. It's possible for sure. And who hasn't? So what? Right? We've all lived to tell about it. It's more, some of those moments turn into our favorite stories to tell later on. You can use them to make someone laugh, to make someone feel better about their own situation, to learn or to feel better about, to teach from. So in reality, I've just turned your embarrassment into a situation you will always cherish and feel good about later. You're welcome. The second one is failure. Yes, failure. Well, failure is sort of comparable to death and paying your taxes. It's simply unavoidable. The thing with failure is there are two ways to look at it. You can see it as a failure or you can see it as a growing pain or a growth spurt. Sometimes the only way to grow is to fail and fail again. That's why we say keep trying. If everyone gave up after the first fail, no one would walk. Babies would always just crawl, right? You'd never be able to do math. Even I can do my own accounting now. Imagine if every chef stopped cooking the first time his meal was terrible. It would be horrible, right? We would have no good food. Imagine if every teacher stopped teaching the first time someone didn't understand what she was teaching, right? Now you get it. So, like with getting embarrassed, so what? Happens to the best of us. You can keep going until you don't fail. That's it. Possibly with a little more motivation the next time. All right, so that's it. Just two negatives. I really can't think of anything else negative that could happen just by you getting out of your comfort zone. However, what are the benefits of getting out of your comfort zone? Now we're talking, right? All right, there are too many that I might be able to mention in just one little podcast episode. But here's some of my favorites. Number one, confidence. There is no other confident booster like getting out of your comfort zone. You guys, stick with me here. It doesn't matter how big, how small it is. One of my absolute favorite accomplishments was totally out of my comfort zone, and it sounds so small you wouldn't even believe it counts, but it does. I had just bought a new place and I was living all alone for the first time in my life. My garbage disposal broke. For me, that was like the end of the world. I have zero idea how to fix it. So like any normal person, I call my dad, I call my brother. My dad says he'll be over on during the weekend to check it out. My brother laughs. He's like, dude, fix it yourself. I'm like, what? So he starts explaining what the tool looks like that miraculously I had. So all I did was had to turn this little tool, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I fix it. I'm like, yes. I feel amazing. I mean, the most amazing thing. It sounds small. I'm sure you've had a similar experience that you can attribute to getting out of your comfort zone, but that feeling is just amazing. So, action point, what was your minor experience that took you out of your comfort zone, but made you feel like you had accomplished like everything to make you feel like the king of the world? Write that down. So it also happens to me with technology. If figuring out the smallest thing, I'm soaring with confidence, feeling like I can totally rule the world, at least for a little while, in my world. All right, so that's it, podcast over. If all you get is self-confidence out of this, getting out of your comfort zone, you will be rocking it. But I have a couple more, so let's talk about them. Number two, resourcefulness. I talk about resourcefulness a lot because as an old teacher, I believe it is a superpower that almost every teacher has and every single entrepreneur needs. Getting out of your comfort zone makes you resourceful. You have to just figure it out. There are no other options. So the first time I taught, I had zero experience, zero training. They throw me into this classroom. I was supposed to teach Spanish-speaking kids English for 4 hours. It was insane, right? But what did I do? I did it. I just got in there and I just did it. And in the end, the students learned. I rocked it. I was totally winging it, not the way to normally teach, but I rocked it. It was awesome and I was soaring. I felt great. All right, guys, had I not been thrown in, I may not have had to be so resourceful. I may not have loved it nearly as much. I mean, that self-satisfaction, that self-respect for doing like a job that I thought was great, but due to my resourcefulness and getting out of my comfort zone, wow, that was amazing. So action point, can you think of one time that you were super resourceful, got out of your comfort zone? Write it down and write 3 words with it that describe how you felt, because that's what's going to keep you coming back for more. Number 3, you learn to deal with challenges. All right, this is sort of part 2 of resourcefulness, but when you get out of your comfort zone and you become resourceful, that leads to you becoming a person that's able to deal with stress and challenges. The more you do it, the more ready you are for anything that somebody rolls your way, right? So, as for you just getting out of your normal environment and dealing with those challenges, you've already got the superpowers. So, when you get out of your comfort zone and you become resourceful, that's what leads you to be that person that's able to deal with stress, to deal with challenges. The more you get out of your comfort zone, the more you're ready for just anything. I mean, imagine in your everyday life, if you can think of a couple reasons, I promise you, you are it. You will realize that you've got this superpower. You just need to transfer it to being an entrepreneur. All right? Imagine how much it is going to totally up your game. Yes, the trick is to transitioning from your everyday life into your entrepreneurship world. And that is how you will make it happen. All right, number 4, magic. It is just plain magic. There's no other word to describe what it does when you get out of your comfort zone. What happens? You grow, you learn, you transform. The possibilities are endless. You become unstoppable. When you get out of your comfort zone, opportunities start presenting themselves that didn't seem to be there before. Ideas just start coming out of nowhere. Your creativity is in hyper mode, and so are you. Boredom is a thing of the past. I mean, your biggest issue is how to figure out how to take up so many opportunities, how to do something with them. So seriously, getting out of your comfort zone, it's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The more we get out of our comfort zone, the stronger you get. You build confidence, resourcefulness, nerves of steel for challenges and magic. It is just plain magic. It may seem as if I'm exaggerating, maybe just a little bit, but the truth is, ask successful people how they get there, how they get to that place on top. It is not just by taking action. It is not just by doing what they were taught in school. It is by getting resourceful, taking risks, taking actions, yes, but taking actions that bring them out of their comfort zone. Then ask them if it was worth it. You already know the answer to that, right? They're here. It's exactly where you want to be. So get out of your comfort zone, guys. It's your time. Awesome.